Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the present Truth Talk Show. And today we have a new program that we are starting today, a median program, which is called Dare to be a Daniel. This is a program where we talk to expatriates, those who are living in China from different parts of the world. And we are trying to find out their experiences as Adventists in strange land or in foreign lands, and particularly in China, where the state of affairs does not allow free worship, free liberty to exercise religion. So the aim of this program is to encourage other Adventists who are facing challenges in foreign lands. And also we aim to provide useful information to those who are looking forward to coming to China or to do their studies or to work. Also, we want to demonstrate through lived experiences that it is possible to live a pure Christian life even in a strange land like this one. So today we are privileged to have one brother and colleague who has been in China for over 7 years, and we look forward to learn from his experiences in China. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you so much, Elder.
Thank you. So let's start by first things first. So tell us about yourself. Where do you come from? Your marital status and what you are doing here in China.
All right. Thank you so much, audience and Elder, for the welcome. I'm called by Rodrigue Armel Movoni. I'm from Burundi. I'm currently doing my postdoctoral research in metallurgical engineering in Wuhan. Yes, my marital status, I'm married to one and beautiful wife, Akima Nasandra, and she's also from my country. She's also a soon to become doctor in a few months. Yes, I think you've said it. I've been here like 7 years plus, because I came 2018. So yeah, and I thank God for that.
Thank you, Mr. Rodrigue. Now, the next question is, how did you come to China? How did you find yourself in China?
Okay, thank you. It wasn't something which is that easy, or also not that difficult, because I came to China through my brother. Like, he came to China first. That was 2016, and then he saw that opportunity and he offered me that opportunity to come to China to first do my master's degree. Yeah, then yeah, I get the opportunity to apply, and yeah, luckily by God's will, I'm here.
Was it a difficult process to apply and get admitted into university here in China?
I might say that it wasn't hard or not hard, but as somebody who has background in, because in my country we normally use French, so it was kind of hard for me to like think that, okay, now everything I'm going to do, I'll do them in another language, which is English. And yeah, at first because we tried to gather all the documents that were needed so that the application can be successfully done. And I tried the first year. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. But then when I tried again the second year, I got the admission.
Is it the same experience with other students generally getting a placement in China? Is it that difficult, or?
To be honest, to get admission in China, I think it's now becoming a little bit more difficult than it used to be. Mostly due to maybe several reasons. Because, like, okay, some students, when they come here, the behavior, how they perform in school and other stuff, like they they make the teachers to not really want student from a particular country because of the senior who came before, and then how they were behaving and stuff like that. But I think it's doable. It's not that hard. You just need, it's time consuming. Yeah, you just need to look for different universities and the course that you want to do. Yeah.
So, Mr. Rodrigue, let's talk about your experiences since you came here to China, your academic experience. How would you describe your academic experience? Was it smooth? Were there any challenges in your academic experience since you came here?
Yeah, I would say that like the challenges were there because I had to change my program. I came in 2018, and since my bachelor degree, I did civil engineering. So when I came here, I wanted to pursue my master's in civil engineering. Unfortunately, after 1 year of studies, I found that like what I wanted was not what was given. And I was like, no, I think I need something better. It's not like I didn't come here to further my studies just for this. Yeah, because of the teaching experience that I got, I was obliged to change the major. Yeah, and then I had to start over again in another major, yeah, which is metallurgical engineering. Yeah.
Okay. What are the challenges apart from those relating to changing the major? Did you face any other challenges? There could be supervisory challenges, class challenges.
Okay. The first challenge that I made, and most of the foreigners in China they meet, is the language barrier.
Language.
Yes, language. Like when you get to a foreign land like China, when where people don't speak that much of English, where people they are, I can say that they are, I cannot use the word shy, but like yeah, their way of being is just within, you know, they don't want to associate with so many people outsiders, like yeah, so they have they want their private life to be there. So it was a little bit difficult to integrate into the society due to first the language barrier, second the way of living of Chinese people. But they're friendly. But the problem is like when there is that language barrier, then it's hard to get into the community. And then now the supervisor, because some supervisors they are not really that fluent in English, so it also creates a little bit of gap between a student and a supervisor. So it takes courage for a student coming to China to break that barrier so that they can integrate into the society. Yeah.
Thank you. Now we hear some students say, if you're a foreigner and you're studying bachelor's or sometimes master's, the quality of education you get is different from the one that is given to Chinese who are studying here in China. Is that true for you, or was it true for you?
Actually, it's really true. Before changing my major in my first year, when I was in doing master's in civil engineering, there are some courses which were only dedicated to Chinese students. Yeah, so it's a pity that like for foreigners, like there were some limitations into what you want to do, which I think is not fair, because like we came here for something better or something, yeah, but when you come and then you're told that okay, if you want to learn this, maybe it's better when you learn it in Chinese language or stuff like that. And another thing is that some of the information are confidential. That's something that I also came to learn. Yes, some of the informations are confidential. They can only be given to the locals. Yeah, the Chinese society. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Now let's talk about your spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
This is the crux of our discussion. Um, before you came to China, what was your expectation of church life, spiritual life in China?
All right. As someone who was used to serve back home, and yeah, so when I came to China, actually I wasn't expecting that much, because there is that saying that in China it's hard for people to find a church. But since my brother was here, he told me that yeah, some people they go to church. So I was praying that, okay, God, I also want to find a church. And I don't want to just go and further my education and then forget about my spiritual life. So the first thing that I did when I landed here in China and in my university, I remember asking my classmates with my, like, I was very kind of shy, and yeah, I asked my classmate, is there any STA in this class or in the school?
Ah, okay, okay.
Fortunately, I found one, and I can say by God's grace, I never missed church, because I landed here on Wednesday. On Sabbath, I went to church.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. And what was the kind of church setting that you had? We hear that in China, you're not allowed to go and gather together with the Chinese, and there are restrictions to gatherings, especially religious gatherings. What was the first setup of the church or the fellowship where you went to the first Sabbath?
Okay, the first Sabbath, since it's most of the people found here are students, so I can say all of us, if not most of us, and most of us, if not all of us, were students. So what happened was, like, okay, you get into a church. It wasn't a church. It was just like a room. Mm-hmm. And then the first thing
was it at the university or
no,
outside?
it was not at the university. It was outside. So we had there is a church. There's a place where there is a Chinese church. So they gave foreigners another room so that they can worship. So yeah, when I went there, like, you have these expectations of back home, like meeting elders and stuff, but everyone was just young, like, yeah, my age, a little bit older than me, yeah, and students. So yeah, that's what I found there. But it was really a good experience, because it made me to grow more, because like now there's not there wasn't that thing of like, okay, that person will do it, so you have to be involved. Wow. To make things happen.
So what would you say is the difference between what you expected and what you found from a spiritual point of view, from a church point of view? Did you meet what you expected, or it was less or more than you expected?
Actually, since I was told that it was hard for people to fellowship and gather in China, so I think it was, I was glad for that, even if it wasn't the same as what we had back home. But I was glad that maybe I can find a place whereby, like, we can speak the same faith, like the Sabbath school lessons together, like everything together. So I was glad, and I thank God for that.
You said you met a friend who is an Adventist. Mm-hmm. He's the one who helped you find the church.
Yes.
Okay. So I understand that there could be some Adventists who go to universities in China. Mm-hmm. And they don't meet anyone who is an Adventist there. What do you recommend them to do then?
Yeah, one thing that I can recommend, first, let your faith be known, because we never know. People, they travel around, so, and now with the online meetings, so yeah, you can easily, okay, it might be a little bit hard to find a place where to go to worship with others due to reasons, I mean security reasons of China, or the restrictions of fellowship and stuff, but at least you can find a church, an online church, and where you can also keep growing. So one message that I can give to students, workers: let your faith be known. Don't hide it, because the person who told me about that friend was not an STA. So imagine if that friend of mine, who was actually my classmate, imagine if he would just step in there and then he hit his face, his faith. So I wouldn't got that opportunity to get a place where to worship. So let us not be ashamed of the Christ that we have.
Is it not that was the general understanding from outside is that maybe in China you cannot even talk about religion, like saying I'm an Adventist? Maybe some people would be afraid of getting arrested. Is that the case, that once you mention that you are religious, you are a Christian, then you are going to be arrested?
This is something that needs to be changed from people's mind. In China, they respect the belief of everyone. What they don't want is just they don't want for people to convert their community. They don't want you saying that you are an STA, you are like, yeah, it's very much okay, because even I always tell my teachers that, okay, I don't go to school on Sabbath, I don't do exams on Sabbath. Why? But if now you want to bring the setting of back home, of preaching in the streets, and that one, the government doesn't allow it. Even if it's Chinese, even Chinese people, they don't do that. So their rules and regulations don't allow people to preach, because they have this setting of religion. Maybe that's another story.
You told me that you did not meet together with the Chinese church. What is your understanding of the reasons why you as foreigners cannot meet with the Chinese in worship?
All right, that's what I wanted. Like, okay, the mindset that they have, they don't want foreigners or like people to convert more Chinese to the Christian faith, or to the religion, ACA, any religion like Christian faith. Yeah, so they're trying to not accept Chinese and foreigners to mingle together for that reason, because they have in their mindset that maybe you'll convert more, and when it comes to the government now to tell them what to do, they cannot.
Ideologies have changed.
Yeah. So that's why they're trying to avoid. What is actually allowed, you can go and sit, but you are not allowed to preach to them. So preaching to them is not allowed. You can go and sit with them, and because a couple of times we had opportunities to go and sit with them, and then follow they bring even a translator to help us to know what is going on. So but for a foreigner now to go and preach, that's another case.
Okay, thank you. So what would you say were your main spiritual hurdles in China? I hear some say they have classes on Sabbath, forced to come to class on Sabbath, or have an exam on Sabbath, or something like that, or any other spiritual related challenges that you faced during your stay here in China.
Okay, I can say by God's grace, I have never attended any class on Sabbath, and neither any exam on Sabbath. So that's grace, because some people, they really face this challenge. But I believe that the God that we have is bigger than anything. So put him into test, not for the glory of your name, but for the glory of his name. You tell him, God, I don't want to go to do this on Sabbath because of this and this and this. Some people, they're like, no, I don't want, like, maybe I will be chased out of the university. They will not do that. And another challenge that I saw is that some students, I'm not saying that all the students, but some students you find them like, okay, even in normal days they don't attend classes. They dodge classes, they don't contribute, they don't ask questions. But when it comes to the teacher now to put some classes on Sabbath, then that's the first time that he sees you. Like, sir, I'm sorry, I don't come. Like, wait, do you even come on Monday? Do you even come on Tuesday? So now why are you saying that you don't come on Sabbath? So yeah, if you are there, if the teacher knows that, okay, this student is trying his best, even though maybe he's not that brilliant, but at least I can see that when I'm giving lessons, he follows, he tried to ask questions, he tried to, when you go and talk to him, like after, like prayerfully, and then you go to talk to him, he will do that. Yeah.
Thank you. So do you think it's important for a new student to inform their teacher of their religious background before there is any request for one to come to class on Saturday or to attend an exam? Is it important for someone to disclose their religious background to their teachers beforehand?
What I can say is that actions, they speak louder than words. So my encouragement to students or any person, let your act speak more than your words. So how are you conducting yourself when you are into the work environment, when you are in school, when you're those are things that will even make the teacher to say that yes, this student, what he is saying is true, because I haven't seen him or her in those things, and is someone who really participates. So for him or her to give you one day off because you are willing, you want to go to church because it's your belief, and you can even tell the teacher that, okay, the homework that you are going to give, I will copy it from others, and then I will work on it, and then I'll hand in the homework or stuff like that. So the teacher will be glad to do that. I've heard so many testimonies of people like,
So it's important that you work hard from the onset.
Yes, from the onset.
So that even if the teacher asks you to come on Sabbath, you can gladly tell the teacher, kindly excuse me on Saturday. Yeah. But if you're not a hard worker from the onset, then it will be very difficult.
Very difficult.
And I think it's important that the very first time you are requested to attend a class on Sabbath, you stand on your principles from the very start. Yeah. Because once you go first Sabbath, second Sabbath, then you want to try now on the third Sabbath that no, I am Adventist. Then you confuse people.
The people. Yeah.
You confuse people. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's talk about your social life, the social front. Many students complain that once you are in China, it's difficult to meet a marriage partner. Because maybe there are few people from your country or none, or sometimes the people, you don't really understand them, their lifestyles in China are not so straight. How was your experience? I know you are now married. And you got married while you're here in China. What can you say to other young people who are here in China?
Okay, the social life, it's kind of tricky. Like, it's not really as we have it back home or in our various countries, because Chinese people, they are more focused on work than social life. So it's kind of challenging, but I believe that with God, everything is possible. So with the few people that are there who are willing to follow the principles of God, you can do more than only just going to church. You can organize some social activities. That's where you come to know somebody like, okay, on a personal level, you're like, okay, well, when it comes to his temperament, like, okay, this person is like this, so we can. So apart from only church activities, it's better also to organize for some social activities to get to know each other. Yeah, like it's not about countries or what, like you can get married to any other person of other countries. So in as much as like your belief and like the principles that you have, they match, then you can mingle. So yeah, I think it's possible to break the social barrier that is in China.
Okay. So from your experience and from what you've seen from other students, what are the dangers, social dangers that you face here in China? Maybe social or cultural dangers that you are likely to face.
Okay, socially, the dangers that we face, you find that like, okay, maybe your peers, they are doing this, and you too, you want to follow. It's so unfortunate that like many young people, they are scared of committing to marriages, but they can cohabitate easily without any problem. But it's really so unfortunate to hear such kind of things. So if you are living with someone and you do things which are not allowed by God, but why can't you just go ahead and make things in the right way? Formalize things in the right way instead of just living as in a way which is not glorifying God. So that's something that I would tell the young generation, or maybe like our friends here, like to try their best. I know that it's a trap that the devil is trying to set on us, trying to tell you that this is not visible, but actually it's very much possible.
So what I'm getting from you is, some people may complain that we are not able to get a marriage partner, yet they have someone they are cohabiting with here in China.
Yeah.
And to make matters worse, they are Adventists and they are cohabiting sometimes with fellow Adventists or with other people. Yet they can do the rightful thing, go back home and marry, or even send your family to the girl's family back home and marry. And you formalize things, you stay together with your spouse here in China. Now, what were the cultural shocks that you faced when you came to China?
I think like I came as someone with an open mind, so it wasn't that hard to. Okay, I know that we have differences, culture differences. So when you know that, it's easy for you to accept someone else, not because like your culture is the same as there, but you can accept a culture because that's the beauty of life. Like there is beauty in differences, in diversity. So there's no culture which is above other. So what you just need to know, we need to embrace each other because we are all from one God. Yeah.
Thank you. So what are your words of encouragement to those who are looking forward to coming here to China for studies or for work? What would be your words of encouragement?
Okay, my words of encouragement is are like, it's possible, very much possible for somebody to come and integrate into the Chinese society, to work, to study, but just pray about it. Like, is this God's will? Then if it's His will, pray asking Him for His will to be done, because sometimes we try to do our own stuff, we push, because we've had so many people, when they got here in China, they got disconnected totally to God. Like, for some examples, you hear people like, because I don't know if it's some countries, they have the name of Sabbath, like Sabato, like they have their names, and you're like, the name of this person is Sabato, and you know this name is category, like it's purely SDA, but the person doesn't come to church. He's not even associated with anything related to church. You find him in some, so like it's a pity. It's really a pity. So before doing anything, ask God, is this your will? And then go ahead. It's possible. So whatever that we do, let's put God first. I know He will not put us on shame.
Thank you. Lastly, Mr. Roderick, I want your comment on missionary work. what is the role of students and workers, expatriate students and workers who are in China? What is their role in mission, in the work of spreading the gospel?
All right, thank you so much. The mission that we have to preach the gospel wherever we found ourselves. But the challenge that we have is that our focus is only on the Chinese society. However, in China, there are so many people who don't even know God, yet they are not Chinese. Some are your classmates. Do they know about your faith? Some are your colleagues. Do they know about your faith? So, did you try to invite them, to talk to them, to have like some conversation on the Bible, stuff like that? So, the missionary work in China is possible, and it's doable. We have had so many testimonies of people getting baptized in the SDA church in China. Even in Nanjing we had it, and in Wuhan and other places. We have had so many people got baptized here in China, and they came as people from other denominations, but later on they became Adventists. So missionary work is possible, and even for Chinese, like some people, they can ask you like, why are you dressing different? Why are you eating in a different way? Why don't you eat pork? Why don't you come here on Sabbath? Yeah, just you can tell them that, okay, the Bible says this. What is the Bible? Yeah, you start from there. So, and little by little, if the person is interested, you pray about it, and then, yeah, the missionary work is possible. Because the Word of God says that, like, go and preach the gospel, whoever will accept. So, as what we have to do is to preach the gospel, is to tell them about Christ. Then, if they accept, if the time is right, it might take 2, 5, 10 years for somebody to accept, because the Holy Spirit has His own way of doing things. So, yes, it might take long, but our job is to just go and live the Christian-like life, so that other people can see a good example on us. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sir Francis of Assisi once said, preach all the time, and if necessary, use words. That's a very strong word, because it tells us that preaching doesn't always have to be standing on the pulpit or street preaching. It can be the way you live, the way you interact with these Chinese, with these other nationalities. You can actually show them that there is a God, and it can actually start certain discussions that can lead to certain people knowing that there is a God in heaven, there is Jesus who came and he died to save all of us. Thank you very much, Mr. Rodrigue, and it has been a pleasure having you on this show. And I'm hopeful that those who are going to watch this show are going to benefit from the discussion we've just had. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Be blessed, Elder. Thank you so much.